Mastering your productivity has nothing to do with cramming more and more and more and more activities into your days. On the contrary, when you master the simple 3-step productivity system I'm going to teach you right in this video, you will get more done with less effort and less stress involved. And you can master the system in about 10 minutes per day. Sound good? Let's dive right on in. The problem with productivity for most people is that they are doing so many different things. All of the busy work, the emails, the messages, everything comes at us and we do whatever is most urgent. Or we do the things that are easiest. And that directs our focus in one direction, whereas oftentimes the really important things are over there. And we are getting distracted by the busy work. And we're not being productive. We're just being busy. That's the problem that most people face when it comes to getting things done. You can work 10 hours a day, but if you're working on the wrong stuff, it won't matter. You're not going to achieve your goals ever. So instead, here's the 3-step system by which you can master your productivity in just 10 minutes a day. It all starts either in the morning or the night before, where I want you to just take out a pen and a piece of paper and write down what are my top 3 priorities for today. You can do this for your job as well, but I would prefer you to do this for your actual goals. Not your bosses, not what your family and your parents want from you. What do you want from you? Get crystal clear on that and write out, today I'm going to do X, I'm going to do Y, I'm going to do Z. Either do that before you go to bed or do it first thing in the morning. Because this way you have focus, you have clarity, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And so you can sometimes take an emergency that comes up and set it aside, knowing that, you know what, I need to respond to this, but these are my real priorities. And when you can shift through the noise to find the thing that matters over here, you will already be way more productive. So with the thousands and thousands of distractions you're getting every hour, you now know my focus should be over here. And when you have that, that gives a great sense of power and it boosts your productivity a lot. The second part of the system is the when. Now that you know what you're going to do, when are you going to do this? And for this, it depends a little bit about who you are. Because if you're a chaotic person like me, I just thrive with the system where I just write down the 3 things. And then I've got the entire day to do them whenever suits me. Because I'm chaotic in nature, that works well for you. Someone who's on the other side of the spectrum, who's extremely organized, he is gonna go crazy, out of his mind. Because those types of people, they need more structure. And if you're anywhere in between, you might need a little bit of these 2 systems. So if you're on the chaotic side, just do it whenever in your day. Whenever you know you have the time, go and do it. If you're extremely organized, go and schedule out, I'm going to go to the gym at 7:30 because I just ate at about 6. And then I've got enough time to let my food just sink in and I'll go. And then my morning meditations or my focused work, I'm going to get up at 6 instead of at 7 and I'm going to do it then in the morning. And that way you can plan out when you're going to do these important tasks. If you're somewhere in the middle between chaotic and organized, what would work well for you, that I've done myself as well, is to just take out my phone and set a couple of reminders. Like, hey, remember, you still need to read your 10 pages today. Remember, you still need to exercise today. Remember, you said you were going to work on X, Y, and Z project. And that you can do in a way where you have a little bit more freedom. So you're not rigid on, this is the time I'm going to do it. You're a bit more free, but you get your reminders throughout the day so that you won't forget it. And when you apply whichever system you think is going to work best for you, go and try it out. If it doesn't work, go and figure some other strategy out to keep yourself accountable. But go with what your instinct tells you that you need, because it's all subjective. What works well for me doesn't necessarily work well for you. So find your own way in the how and when to execute. The third thing in this system is the following. How do you know you're on your way? The thing where most people go wrong is they have goals, they have dreams, they might even have a plan. But unless you have feedback, you can easily dilute yourself. Your mind does so all the time. So you might come home after work and say, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. It was a busy day. So maybe, I can skip the gym this once. And then you go the next day, and then maybe 4 days later, you have another cheat day where you maybe go only half the time you said you were going to do. And your mind is still going to tell you, we went most of the time, so we're doing great. It is easy to fool yourself into thinking you're doing better than you are, unless you track it. So something you can do is to buy a calendar and then circle every day in which you did all of your 3 things for that day. If you didn't do it, mark it with an X. And the mere fact that you're keeping score, that you're giving yourself feedback, that already encourages your behavior. So now with the system, what you've got is you've got your laser focus on this, this, and this. These 3 things need to get done today. You've got a little bit of flexibility in when you're going to do it. And once you have that clarity of what and how, the third thing is to give yourself some feedback. So before you write down your goals for the next day, write down, did I do X? Did I do Y? Did I do Z? And ask yourself, if you didn't do it, why not? What got in the way? How can you make sure that you do better next time? And once you give yourself the feedback, especially the why not question, and what can I do better? Once you focus on that, once you focus on continuous improvement, you will improve. It is not just the act of doing things that makes you better at something. It is doing things and then using feedback to improve further. If you do these 3 things, you will skyrocket your productivity. And it's going to be with less work done as well as with less stress. And you're still going to go in that trajectory. That's how this simple productivity system works. So after you've given this video a quick thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, go and write down your 3 must-do activities for tomorrow. Try out this system, and I am very confident that it will help you improve your productivity already on day 1. And it's going to go better and better and better over time as well, as you give yourself feedback and as you focus on the most important things.